Everyone thinks of changing the world, but no one thinks of changing himself. Everything that I understand only because I love. If you want to be happy, be. The two most powerful warriors are patience and time. There is no greatness where there is no simplicity, goodness, and truth. The only thing that we know is that we know nothing, and that is the highest flight of human wisdom. True life is lived when tiny changes occur. War is so unjust and ugly that all who wage it must try to stifle the voice of conscience within themselves. One of the first conditions of happiness is that the link between man and nature shall not be broken. The sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. Happiness does not depend on outward things, but on the way we see them. The strongest of all warriors are these two, time and patience. We lost because we told ourselves we lost. Faith is the sense of life, that sense by virtue of which man does not destroy himself, but continues to live on. If everyone fought for their own convictions, there would be no war. The only absolute knowledge attainable by man is that life is meaningless. I think, if it is true that there are as many minds as there are heads, then there are as many kinds of love as there are hearts. It is amazing how complete is the delusion that beauty is goodness. Respect was invented to cover the empty place where love should be. Boredom, the desire for desires. Music is the shorthand of emotion. A man can live and be healthy without killing animals for food. Therefore, if he eats meat, he participates in taking animal life merely for the sake of his appetite. Man lives consciously for himself, but is an unconscious instrument in the attainment of the historic, universal aims of humanity. All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Spring is the time of plans and projects. The changes in our life must come from the impossibility to live otherwise than according to the demands of our conscience. Wrong does not cease to be wrong because the majority share in it. The vocation of every man and woman is to serve other people. The best stories don't come from good versus bad, but good versus good. Seize the moments of happiness, love, and be loved. That is the only reality in the world. All else is folly. True religion is the establishment of a relationship between man and the universe. History would be a wonderful thing if it were only true. Joy can be real only if people look upon their life as a service and have a definite object in life outside themselves and their personal happiness. Just as one candle lights another and can light thousands of other candles, so one heart illuminates another heart and can illuminate thousands of other hearts. If you look for perfection, you'll never be content. The essence of all art is to have pleasure in giving pleasure. Anything is better than lies and deceit. A battle is won by him who is firmly resolved to win it. Love is life. Everything that I understand only because I love. Everything exists only because I love. Life is too long to say anything definitely, always say perhaps. A man is like a fraction whose numerator is what he is and whose denominator is what he thinks of himself. The larger the denominator, the smaller the fraction. The most important knowledge is that which guides the way you lead your life. In the name of God, stop a moment, cease your work, look around you. We do not love people so much for the good they have done us, as for the good we have done them. Patriotism in its simplest, clearest, and most indubitable form is nothing else but a means of obtaining for the rulers their ambitions and covetous desires. To say that a work of art is good but incomprehensible to the majority of men is the same as saying of some kind of food that it is very good but that most people can't eat it. The most difficult subjects can be explained to the most slow-witted man if he has not formed any idea of them already. But the simplest thing cannot be made clear to the most intelligent man if he is firmly persuaded that he knows already without a shadow of doubt what is laid before him. The greatest warriors are patience and time. Without knowing what I am and why I am here, life is impossible. If you want something from an audience, you give blood to their fantasies. It's the ultimate hustle.